is a delightful little holiday blend. Imagine that. I went on and put the whole teapot in there. So we've been talking about making tea blends and how to get a tasty blend. So I just want to share my process and thoughts around making this blend for today. Rose hips, because this is the time of year for rose hips to gather them, dry them. As you can see, I already have these that are dried. Spearmint, some mullein leaf, and nettles. Now my thinking is, okay, if you've done a flavor profile test, you'll know nettles tend to be sort of earthy, a little minerally, kind of savory, not overpowering in any way, shape, or form. They're not aromatic. Mullein can be a little bitter, but tends to be very neutral as well. Rose hips are high in vitamin C and will provide a little bit of a tartness, a tang. And spearmint is going to be our heavy hitter as far as the aromatics, our flavor. So this is going to be a minty tea with lung support, respiratory support, as well as full of vitamins and minerals, and vitamin C especially. That's my thoughts. Let's mix it up. Okay, so I'm going to do, this is a 1/4 cup. I'm going to do, let's see how this works. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of nettles. These are nettles. And I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of mullein. Cleaning this between herbs so we don't cross-contaminate. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of our rose hips. Now remember, these are a fruit. These are a fruit. Okay, those are our rose hips. So that's 3/4. And then, so let me see. Let me wash this out. And we're going to add a 1/2 cup. This is our spearmint. Okay. So if I want to make this a full jar, what do I want to add more of? Maybe I'll go back through and add a little bit more nettles. They have kind of a neutral flavor, right? So that's fine. And our mullein, I'm just going to go back and top it up with a little bit of everything in the same ratios. Okay, so I poured it up. I tasted it. I have to say this turned out really good. It is not too astringent. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. I can taste the spearmint, and it has a slight sweetness. From the rose hips, I can taste them too. This is a delightful little holiday blend. I think I like, you know, it's sort of holiday-ish, the rose hips and the green, red and green, I guess. I pulled out my little rose teacup. So that was a worthwhile. Yes, it's delicious. Look at a little piece of green floating in there. That is lovely, lovely. So in keeping with our theme here of citrus to brighten these winter days, and you know, I've been working with my rose hips, so these are our fresh rose hips. We ended up with about 2/3 of a cup. And I'm gonna simmer these down in some water and then add some sugar. We'll make a rose hip syrup out of these. And I think I'm gonna add some orange to it as well. And we're trying out the flavor combination here. Rose hips and some ginger and our huge orange. So I have my little tea infuser here. I'm just going to add about, I don't know, you know, I'm not keen on, I'm going to add that much ginger. Not too much. That might be too much. I don't want it to be, I want it to taste the rose hips as well. Okay. Now, before I put that in the pot, I'm going to add some orange juice. This is a really big orange, so it's not even going to fit in my juicer. Let's try doing it like this. I'm losing a little bit. Now let's see if that'll fit. Maybe that'll fit in here now. Now these are not organic oranges. Uh-oh. So I'm not using the skin. That would give some really good orange flavor. I have to get some organic oranges. All right. It smells so good. Okay. See how that is after about 10 minutes. This is turning a nice color. Rose hips tend to give off like an orangey color, not red. So this is no surprise that this, but it's taken on a really nice color. All right, let's see how our tea did. I have my giant cup. It's giant. It's probably for coffee, but I'm gonna use it. Look at how big it is. I'm gonna use it. Let's put some honey in here. So put a little honey in there. It's got a great color. Looks very promising. Now I'm not gonna put this whole pot of tea in my cup. What was I drinking out of a cup this big? Anyway, add some orange here. Make it festive. I guess if I like it, I could fill it up, huh? Right. It has a very pretty color. Let me give it a little taste. Ooh. Hey, that is really good. This is delish. I will write this recipe up and put it for the Patreon group so they can download it and put it in their binders. This is rosehip ginger orange tea. Yep. It is very nice. I didn't want the lemon because I didn't want the citrus to be like overpowering. I like the sweetness that the orange gives. Oh, it's delicious. Imagine that. I went on and put the whole teapot in there. It's really, my teapot is tiny. It holds like 2 good cups of tea, so this keeps me from having to run back and forth. It's delicious. Like I said, the color, the ginger is not overpowering. The orange lends a nice citrus, but not that zingy tartness of lemon. The honey is on point. Great.